What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review from Growing Up Hip Hop Season 6, Episode 25. The episode was titled The Naked Hustle, you guys. So, before we actually get into the review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and are not subscribed to the channel, I'm gonna need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. Do me that favor by liking the video, you guys, turning on your notifications, sharing the video. And with that out the way, without further ado, you guys, let's get into Growing Up Hip Hop, shall we? All right, you guys, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. This episode, to me, boring as hell. Very boring. Extremely boring. So we see Sean and TT, right? So Sean and TT, they're talking about the wedding, and TT is telling Sean that she met up with a wedding planner. Now, did you guys kind of hear when she stumbled on how much the wedding planner said? Because she said 100,000. She said 100,000, but then she said 50,000. So I was kind of confused. Was she saying it's 100,000 or 50,000 or $150,000 to plan a wedding? And then did you guys also hear Sean when he kind of stumbled on that price? I thought y'all said that Sean had money. I thought somebody told me that Sean had money. Where y'all get that from? Because the way Sean was acting, Sean ain't acting like he got no money. I mean, I know we've talked about the fact that Sean, but don't Sean have a business that, child, what money Sean got? Because Sean acted like he ain't got shit. But also with Sean, I mean, we can also see how reluctant Sean is about this wedding. I don't know if Sean is reluctant about the wedding or if it's the marriage, but one of the two he's very reluctant about. It's like he's dragging his damn feet, right? Now I know that when it comes to men that they're not into the whole pomp and circumstance of a wedding, right? And I get that. But even when they went shopping for those rings, Sean did not seem to be that into it, right? So I'm just wondering, I'm like, what is the issue with Sean? Is he just not into this shit or what? So then he asked her, will she be inviting, Egypt and Peppa to the wedding? She says, no, she's not inviting them to the wedding, right? That's cool. I don't really give a shit. That's your family. If you won't feel bad about not inviting them, that's on you. It got shit to do with me, right? So then we see Egypt and Tretch, right? So Egypt and Tretch, they went to a record label, right? And I like the fact that Tretch is trying to help Egypt with her career, right? But let's see how the nicest way I can say this. The music, it might not be for her. Just because your mother is Peppa and your daddy is Tretch doesn't mean that you are necessarily cut out to do the music. I'm just saying. No shade there. Just saying. And then when you listen to her talk to the two people that they met with, they were asking her about her marketing. You can clearly tell she ain't got no kind of nothing when it comes to her marketing. It's kind of like she does her music, make her videos, and just throw it to the masses, and that's it. No kind of lineup or nothing. But very interesting, right? I mean, anyone who knows anything about any kind of business, be it the music business, acting, any kind of business, the best thing for you to do is to market your stuff, right? Like that's the biggest thing in business, marketing. I mean, you don't even have to go to school for that to know that marketing is key. Like you can make your music all day, every day, right? But how much time do you set aside for your marketing? And, marketing these days is a lot different from, the 90s and the 2000s, right? Because in the 90s and the 2000s, they didn't have social media, right? I know she said she make a post here and there, right? But when it comes to selling your stuff, kind of like what they used to do and let's go back to like the 90s and the 2000s, right? The 90s and the 2000s, you had billboards, you had television ads, you had radio ads, like you had so many avenues in that time frame. Newspapers, you had so many revenue, so many places that you can put your music, put it out. And even as I know she's an independent artist, you can still utilize billboards. You can still utilize the radio stations, right? You know, you can utilize like doing interviews with people. Because she's talking about she just puts it on social media. It's a lot more than just putting it on social media. You can make a social media post today on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever, Twitch, Snapchat, wherever, right? You can put a post up, but when you add more posts to it, people are going to start overlooking that, right? So that's when you got to start hitting that media circuit, right? You can do YouTube. You can, try to promote it on YouTube. You can, like I said, the radio stations. Although most people probably don't really listen to radio that much these days, you still want to be able to say, hey, we have this marketing campaign, and you don't have to put a whole lot of money into it, but something is better than nothing, and that's what they were trying to get her to understand, right? But hey, we'll see what goes on with her. Her music just ain't for me. Keeping it real with you guys, but let's move on, you guys. So then we see Vanessa. So Vanessa calls up Tanise, right? And she's telling Tanise that she wants to plan this bachelorette party for TT and Sean, right? And, Tanise tells her that, with JoJo being out there in California working, she's with the kids and she just doesn't want to travel with the baby until he's a few months older, right? And she's like, why don't you have Creed plan? And she was like, oh, that's right. The whole issue with Cree and TT. So they call TT on three-way, right? And TT, she says, I'll do it. I mean, you guys are friends with her. I don't have any issues with doing it, right? But Cree, they feel that Cree and TT need to have a sit-down conversation with each other. And Cree was like, I'm all for it. Like I don't have an issue with it, right? Because really and truly, there really shouldn't be an issue between TT and Cree. Just shouldn't be an issue with them at all, because the situation that happened last season with the whole thing of Savannah telling Cree what Egypt had told to her about Sean allegedly cheating on TT, right? It wasn't that big of a deal, right? I know that, some people feel that maybe since Cree was planning her wedding, that she should have told her. I don't necessarily know. I'll tell you guys what I think could have been done, right? I'll tell you guys what I think could have been done. I think what could have been done is Cree could have talked to Vanessa and said, hey, Vanessa, you're friends with, and I don't have an issue with what she did telling Vanessa to relay the message to TT, but what she probably could have did was said to Vanessa, hey, you're friends with TT. Can you facilitate a sit down so that way, because there's something that I've heard something, and I would love to tell TT what I heard, but I want you to be there, right? Because you're her friend, so it'll be better for her to hear it coming from both me and you. She could have done that, but hey, it really is what it is, and at this point, it's just water under the fucking bridge. So then we see Eric. So he went to visit his father's grave, right? And Lazy Bone came as well. So, Lazy Bone is telling him about, how Eazy-E helped, with Bone Thugs and Harmony's career. He's telling him about the time he came and picked them up in a car and whatnot, right? So then Little Easy is talking about this documentary, the one that I talked about last week that they had on WeTV. Now, I did not know that they wanted to exhume his body. Let that man rest in peace. No shade to the family, but please let him rest in peace. I mean, so y'all, I'm just really putting this out here. This is not to come off insensitive or anything. Y'all really believe that they lied about the man's death? I mean, and damn it, who left it in you guys? I know it was AIDS related pneumonia, right? That's what he died from. Y'all think that and it's kind of going along the lines of what people feel today with the whole COVID thing, how they felt last year in 2020 that they were just saying people died of COVID just to say it, right? But the man, I mean, it was known that he had AIDS, right? We knew that. He died in the 90s, right? in the 90s, there was no cure from it. There were a lot of people who were dying from that. And I'm not one to tell if the family, I just don't know what I'm not a conspiracy theorist person. I don't believe in conspiracy theories at all. But I just don't know. I know that the family might be looking for some sort of peace and some sort of closure, right? But I also want them to know that people will use that and capitalize off of it, right? People know that you're Easy E or anybody of influence's child. And if they even get an inclination that you question how your loved one died, they are like bloodhounds to money. They smell money, and they smell an opportunity to exploit you and your family and your grief. They will take it, right? I'm not saying that's what this documentary did. I didn't watch the documentary, so I can't really speak on it. But I'm just saying, in the sense of, I'm pretty sure they did. I don't even think they had to do an autopsy on him, right? Because he was in the hospital. So I just don't know, you guys. Or they could have done it. I don't know, but I really do hope that the family, whoever it is in his family that is looking into this, I just hope that at some point they find some kind of solace and some kind of peace with his death. I really do hope that for them, right? That is my main hope for them, is that they find some sort of solace and some sort of peace to be able to. I mean, Easy E has been dead that man has been dead for years now, right? Because his kids were young, and I'm pretty sure that his kids are around the same age as me or older. I'm about to be 33 years old. I'm about to be 33. I know that his kids are probably a little bit older than me. Again, I just hope that they find some kind of peace. I really do. And I hope that they find peace in the family, right? Because it's terrible that this is coming in between the family. But we're going to keep going, you guys. All right, you guys. So we see Vanessa. We see Vanessa, JoJo, Twist, and Cree, right? So they met up at this party store, right? And Twist was like, man, you messed up my damn party. But Cree was woman enough, and she apologized to him, right, for messing up the party. So then they started shopping for Sean and TT. So they're having a secret location. Vanessa's gonna text, them where they're gonna be bringing them to, right? So then we see Egypt. So Egypt has set up this picnic for she and Sam. I really don't care about this scene, so we're just gonna speed through it, right? So this is a way for them to escape from the situation that's going on with them currently with this arrest and him potentially going to jail, right? He tells her he doesn't want to get married to her until after this whole situation is, put to rest, right? Who gives a shit? I don't. So let's move on. So then we see everyone. So we see we see Boogie, we see YDB, we see Aaliyah and Little Easy. I will say for once, Aaliyah, she didn't look as, she didn't look, how do I want to say this I'm trying to say this in a nice way. Because Aaliyah always looked like, whenever I see Aaliyah on screen, she looks like your typical regular hood chick. Gotta be real. She looks like a regular hood chick, right? They meet up. So they think that they're meeting up for JoJo's birthday party, right? JoJo pulls up to them, tells them, hey, he's changed his dinner plans. But TT and Sean, you guys need to put on these blindfolds. So Sean, you're coming with us, and TT, you're going with the girls, right? So Sean leaves with the guys. TT is still there with Cree, Aaliyah, and with Brianna, right? So Cree wants to have a conversation with TT, and they have a conversation, right? This conversation went absolutely nowhere because TT was talking about the fact that Cree had come at her. I was like, when did she come? I mean, she was talking about she came at her in New York. She kind of did. She kind of didn't. It's however you guys interpret it, right? But the conversation went absolutely nowhere. And Cree was like, I'm not doing this. I'd rather hang out with the guys, right? So they get to the hotel. It's Vanessa, it's TT, Brianna, and Aaliyah. And Cree is with the guys. So Cree took the strippers into the room where the guys were, right? Sean, you come off very whipped. Like, you come off like whipped. Because, I mean, It's strippers, and I mean, I don't see the issue with him with the strippers, but he didn't want to be around them strippers at all. I'm like, damn, does TT have you that whipped? Like, shit. Okay, guess so. Because he didn't want to have anything to do with those strippers. But that's it, you guys. Like I said, there wasn't much to the episode. There wasn't much to this episode or Miami. I would have been better off not even reviewing these episodes. But hey, I did it because I love you guys. But like the video, you guys. Like the video. Leave your comments in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. Share the video. And until the next one, you guys. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands, you guys. Wear a mask. Socially distance. Be blessed. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Love you.